Hey everybody, it's your bruddaZen with another timeless pick a card reading, and in this reading, we're going to be asking, where am I making a, quote, mistake? Because really, can we really make a mistake? Maybe the only mistake we can make is thinking that we can make a mistake. I know, let me explain. So really, when we understand where our soul comes from a human standpoint, we of course have a long list of things that have to be done in order to be lovable and acceptable. And that's what we spend a lot of our human life fearing rejection, fearing not being lovable, fearing, losing conditional love. And so we have this long list, and that mistake is when we do something that is wrong. That comes into the human side of everything, where judgment and contrast and the ego, that's the ego world. So yeah, we can make a mistake in the ego world, which is all pretend. This is the dream. This is not reality. This is a human experience that our higher spiritual self is having. So really, when we look at unconditional, it means zero conditions. And if the creator of all things loves us unconditionally, we're meeting 100% of the conditions. Zero. So we're perfect in the eyes of the creator in the spiritual world. We're here to experience life and pretend what it might feel like to experience rejection, because we never can truly be rejected. So all these lower vibrational energies of fear is what we come here to experience. But in reality, we're always loved, we're always acceptable, we're always perfect. The actor behind the character. We, for the sake of this play, pretend, but in reality, the true reality, we are perfect. So for this reading, what we're really looking at is lower vibrational, love energy versus higher vibrational love energy. And we're just going to be asking Spirit, where in our lives am I experiencing some lower vibrational energy that I could raise for a higher experience? So, of course, you're going to have a choice of 3 different readings to choose from. You can choose from as many of them as you want. Timestamps will be all listed down in the description box below. But I'm going to jump into number 1. So if you want to jump to one of the other ones, just click on that link and it'll leap you forward. So let's get started. If you chose reading number 1, then this is the reading for you. And to start off on what area of our life we have in lower vibrational energy, we're going to start with this Power of Surrender deck. So we'll start here and see what area we could raise our love vibration in and have a higher experience. All right, so this is the card here. And we have Surrender to Joy. Beautiful, beautiful card. And it says, a key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling. During both the hard and easy times, keep surrendering to more joy. And I love that, because we are our natural state, that perfect state that we come from. Our higher self is a being made of unconditional love, but we're also of joy, of peace, of gratitude. So joy is our natural state. And if we, of our own free will, choose joy, then joy grows in our life. Because that's how this whole world works, right? Every moment is either a choice of unconditional love or the fears of losing conditional love. We make a mental choice every moment of what story we put into life, what emotion we want to feel as we go through it, but also where we invest our energy. If we're focusing on our fears, like what's missing in our life or what we hate in our life, our energy tells the universe, I love missing things in my life, or I love hating things in my life. So bring me more things to miss, bring me more things to hate. And we're actually, when we fear something will leave our life, we're repelling it out. Or if we fear something will come in, we're drawing it in. But if we focus on joy, then we're telling the universe, I enjoy having joy in my life, and I would like more things to be joyful about. And then they do bring it in. So I like this. This is like an beautiful awareness that we might be focusing on fears, which was what we're taught to do. So don't beat up yourself about it, because that's our habit. That's what we're taught from very early, and it's passed on from generation to generation. So that's the norm, but it doesn't have to be your norm anymore. So I like this starting off. And then we're going to pull from these Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck. Let's see what else they want to add into here about what we can change from this lower vibration into the higher. Well, there we go. And we have Kindred Spirits. Another cute card here. We'll put that down here, right next to that, and let's see what this brings in for you. So when is the last time you had a cuppa with a friend? Tea, coffee, water, it doesn't matter what's in the cup. The gift lies in the holder of the handle. And that is the true joy of the moment. You can't make it up. Whether you gather to remember a friend, a moment, or to plan a new adventure, make time to chat. This isn't a deep discussion between our two here. She's stopped by on a whim. They've shared their beverage with her. The spontaneous moment in a field is a gift they share. Rather than check the time, they gaze into each other's eyes. This is intimacy that cannot be forced or manufactured. No one is judging them on how they look or what they choose to talk about. You are being shown how to anchor yourself in this moment. And if you don't have a convenient meadow to wander in, reach out to someone. Perhaps call that friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Maybe it will be someone you see every day. Whomever it is, give yourself the present of being present. You might speak to a stranger just to tell them you like their hat, their smile, their shoelaces. Isn't it lovely when we can take a break to have a chat with another person? Do that today. I like that. So not only, I feel like there is possibly some, solitude that we have, because sometimes when we're feeling down, we isolate ourselves. This is also something that can help us share joy, choose to share joy, and that starts activating more joy in our life as well. The other thing that I was looking at here too was, let me take a look here, because there was a word that jumped out to me here. Yeah, about being in this moment. There was this great saying that said, if you are depressed, you're in the past. If you have anxiety, you're in the future. So the fear resides outside of the present. And when we're in the moment, generally we're okay. And this is where the joy comes in too. So be here now in this moment, not in the past or the future. And then also reach out to individual, share some joy, and that helps spark joy for you too. So I like that. And then we're also going to pull here from the Into the Lonely Woods deck. Let's see what else they have here for you. All right, well, there we go. Boom. Your cards are just flying out here. All right, and then you have Death Moves Among Us. Card number 25. We'll put that down here. And let's see what this brings in here for you. So with the full expression of this life comes the knowledge that death, capital D, death, walks among us. And within every breath and every step dwells the mortality so many fear. Do not deny this ending. Honor those who have left this life with ceremony, ritual, respect. Acknowledge that they are no longer here in the same way, for there will be many deaths in your life. And learn to live with this truth so that death is not a fearful enemy, but a gateway to another life. You've been so many forms. Before we can become again, we must pass through death's gateway and let our souls wander free for a time. We can then wisely choose what comes next on the path of the soul. This card here also mentioned about celebrating and getting together and the memory of someone too. So I like the combination of this coming together about, maybe it is that you've had a loss of someone that's passed to the other side, or that someone who's left your life. And I feel like it's a wonderful power of choice to go, we're taught that when people leave our lives or things change, we're taught a lot of opinion about that we're supposed to feel lower vibrational emotions that are rooted in fear, but we can choose joy instead. And I like this, taking these intentions to step forward and to actually do that. So I like this. This is how we can raise our vibration. That could be the mistake that we're making, is that we have to, do what we've always been told, choosing what something means, how we feel, and what energy we invest in it, right? But here it's saying choose joy. We're also going to pull from the Star Tarot here. Let's see what else they want to add into this for you here. So what else for those that chose reading number 1? All right, what else? All right, what else? Okay. And I feel like this one too. All right. So let's take a look here and see what we've got here. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles represents like new things opening up into the outside world. Kind of reminds me of the Star card, just about there's a chance for new hope, new beginnings. And the Death card here too, with mentioning death. In the tarot, death and rebirth is a card of not like actual physical death, but of renewal, of rebirth, of ending old ways and beginning new ways. So I feel like this is a new opportunity too, to make it a habit to choose joy instead of choosing, the lower vibrational fear. And it doesn't mean we have to do it all the time, because that is also pressure we put on ourselves, right? Well, I don't want to make a mistake if I don't choose joy. We're perfect as it is. Each moment is a choice between unconditional love and fear, but neither choice is wrong. They just bring different experiences. Of course, when we choose fear, we feel restricted and small and bound, and we experience all that, powerlessness that's, and of course, attached to all those feelings of fear. When we choose unconditional love, we feel expansiveness and powerfulness, limitlessness, warmth, joy, this huge brightness, right, instead of darkness. And of course, all those emotions related to unconditional love. So there's not right or wrong, there's just different feelings. And when we're done feeling one way, we can feel another, and there's no judgment from the other side. So I like this newness, this new way of looking at your outside world coming in. Yeah, and the Knight of Pentacles, which is the pursuit of the outside world. Pentacles, both of these pentacles here. This knight is actually, all knights go on a quest, and this knight is on the quest for the Ace of Pentacles, which also has to do with looking at your worth in relation to the outside world in a different way. Rather than using the outside world to define you, you are turning inward and defining yourself by your true self. So you stop feeling like you have to define yourself by what everyone on the outside world has told you to, and you start standing up and realizing that I'm not at the whim of what happens in the outside world. Sometimes when we might feel like we're a puppet with strings, because if we're told when this happens, this is how you have to feel, what it has to mean. But there's this freedom that comes when you realize you are the one that gets to choose. So I like this empowerment that's coming with here too. And be gentle with yourself in the outside world, because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, because it's the only one about the outside world. And it just is a reminder that we don't change from the outside in, we change from the inside out. And when we start surrendering to joy, start choosing joy, we start seeing joy emerge in the outside world. Because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So if we think the world is kind of crappy, it's because we're feeling crappy on the inside. When we start choosing joy and transforming our emotions on the inside, we start viewing the outside world in a very different way as well. Another patience card, temperance. Temperance is it does take things time to unfold. So be patient with yourself as you transform. The alchemy, the two cups going back and forth. It takes time for that gold to appear in the cup when it starts off as a base metal, but it goes back and forth, and each time it goes back and forth between the cups. It's slowly transforming more and more, turning into gold. So a patience card coming in here. But yeah, here is the Four of Wands, one of the joy celebration cards in the deck. So definitely confirmation that joy comes. It's very stable. It feels very wonderful. And I like that for you, of course. All right. And then we have the I Am Everything deck for your final card here. So let me just give these a shuffle, and we will see what your final message regarding this choosing joy and raising your vibration to the higher place of joy. All right. They do want this one right here. And you have I Am Grateful. Beautiful, beautiful card there. And I'll just kind of scooch it in here so you can see it. Sorry for the shadow there. I realize that what is right about my life outnumbers what I perceive to be wrong about my life. I choose to focus on what makes me feel good. I am grateful. So exactly what we were talking about, right? I can choose to focus on what I'm grateful for in my life and joy, and then that grows and expands, and that does help transform it. So I like this message for you. So big deep breath and realize that you can choose joy. In fact, if you want to change your habit, something I do is on my cell phone, I like in this case, I would set a silent vibrating alarm so that it only impacts me, right? Not everyone around me. And I would every half hour or every hour, every waking, not while we sleep, of course, have an alarm that just says choose joy or surrender to joy. And then it just goes off. And every time I'm sucked back out into the old habit, I'm reminded to come back every half hour or hour or whatever you choose. But it is one way to have it transform as well. So I'm excited for this journey for you, all of you that chose number 1. And if you are interested in more messages of love from above, there's a couple things that you can do. First, you can give this video a little thumbs up. That does tell me that you're enjoying these videos, but it also tells YouTube that you're enjoying them, and it'll bring you more similar content to you as well. The other thing that you can do is click that subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you choose the option for all, then you'll be notified immediately when new videos come out on this channel, but you'll also be notified when I go live on YouTube providing free readings. I currently go live every night, Wednesday through Sunday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Also, doing those things helps spread the Zen love, and it helps you be part of the love tsunami in helping send that love out to the world. Because when you like any of my videos, comment on any of my videos, subscribe to the channel, share any of the videos, it does make the YouTube algorithm super excited, and it wants to automatically share the videos of my channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I'm very, very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box down below. All right, all of you beautiful number 1s, just know that as you're going throughout this amazing journey, that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, and of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. You hang in there, and you take care. If you chose reading number 2, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off pulling from the Power of Surrender deck here and just see what area that we're able to raise our vibration to a higher love vibration. All right, so let's take a look here. For those that chose reading number 2, what would you like us to know, please? Those that chose reading 2. All right, they do want that one right there. And we have Surrender to the Soul's Path. All righty. Beautiful bright card. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Wow. Yeah, so this is, like we were talking about, trusting that the path is unfolding perfectly, and that this idea of mistake is a human fearful thing, that I'm afraid that I'm not doing what my life purpose is or my soul's path. And am I on the right soul path? We always are on the right soul path, because we've come here to experience the opposites of what it might feel like to be the opposite of what we are, to experience the opposites of unconditional love and joy and peace and gratitude and abundance, feeling what it might feel like to have lack, to feel like we might be rejected and unworthy of love, and all those other delicious emotions related to that. Num, 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 right? Well, this is surrendering to the perfection of the path, realizing that everything that unfolds in our life does unfold for us. And we can move out of this lower vibrational kind of victimhood energy that life is happening to us when we realize it was happening for us. So I like this energy. We'll dig in here a little more, of course, and we're going to look at these Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck. Let's see what else they have to talk about here with the Soul's Path. So what else for those that chose? Okay, I guess that's your card. Reading number 2. And we have Pause. Beautiful little card there. See if I can get it to, you can see it a little closer there. I love her artistry here. And let's see what little message comes in with this one for you. And it says, a Caesura, Caesura, probably totally mispronounced that, but that is a break in a verse where one phrase ends and the following phrase begins. In music, this break may vary between the slightest perception of silence all the way up to a full pause. In life, this is the moment that you're given to assimilate what has just happened before taking in the next experience. Our musical creature has set his instrument aside to enjoy the beautiful flower his music has conjured up. Rather than just look at it, he immerses himself in the experience by smelling it, holding it, and gazing into the very center of this bloom. Consider how you approach the pauses you are given in life. Do you pace restlessly, waiting for the next action? This card has shown you that perhaps it's time to sink into the quiet of the right now. Allow yourself to be present by engaging all of your senses. How does this moment feel to you on all levels? Well, I like how that works together with the soul's path, because when we're focused on an outcome, like I can be happy, or I'm successful, or I'm on my soul path when, then we're trying to rush to get to there instead of enjoying the process and the journey of our soul path. So I like this, that they've taken time to put down their musical instrument and smell the roses, smell the flowers, right? And enjoy what is in this moment instead of trying to rush to get to some sort of destination, right? I like that. And then we're also going to pull here from the Into the Lonely Woods deck, which is by the same author as this person here. So you'll see similarity in the pictures, which I think they are adorable. So what else? All right, for those that chose reading number 2. And we have Gifts of the Lonely Path, card number 32. So we've got the Soul Path and the Gifts of the Lonely Path. So let's see what this brings in here for you. Yeah, so there will be times when the solitude feels blissful. The sensation of the air, the scent of the bud, the song of the bird, the wisdom of the trees, the knowledge of the steady earth beneath your feet. When you are so full of the song of the world, you become one with the rhapsody of life as your soul flows forth from the small space in which it was contained. What once was a void has now become a world overflowing with delight and discovery. What once was darkness is now filled with stars. These precious insights may never have been seen or felt or understood had you not been in isolation for a time. There are gifts here on the lonely path. Receive them and make them yours. Wow. Yeah. So how perfect, all of these are about stopping and smelling the roses. Stop and look at the moth and the stars. This is part of your soul path, is stopping and seeing what is and turning inward, because your soul, this talked about your soul, right? It's your soul's experience. And even though the outside things are things we can experience and witness, it's important for us to have this soul time, right? Understanding our path is unfolding perfectly, and we can stop. We don't have to rush to try to get to the end of life. We can enjoy it step by step here, knowing that every step is perfect. We don't have to wait for a when or a supposed to or should or a need to or have to or a must to be fulfilled. We are a perfect mountain, and we're coming down here, walking around the perfect mountain, discovering who we are. So I love it. We're also going to pull from the Star Tarot here, and let's see what other messages come in for you here. But I like this. So it's very much the lower vibrational type of energy that's coming in, is about rushing and feeling like that our path, we're not on our perfect path, not trusting that we're on a perfect path, that we're always failing in some way, right? So let's take a look here. What else? All right. What else for those that chose reading number 2? Okay. Feel like those. And anything else? Yep, and that one. All right. So we'll start with this one here. Yeah, and of course, we have the Hanged Man, which is very much a patience and hanging around by yourself, upside down, seeing your life from a different perspective. It's a pause. It truly is a pause type of card. It's usually indicating that life is kind of going a little slow because we are tied up and hanging upside down, learning. It's like a cocoon. A caterpillar goes into the cocoon for a time of alone with part of their path, but it's part of their transformation as well. So a perfect card for you there. And you have the World card too, which is all about victory and joy, but it also is about significant endings of major cycles and beginnings of new. Got 2 major arcana here so far, and they're mirrored. 1-2 and 2-1, and it just shows you that everything is a mirror. Everything does happen on purpose for a purpose for us, and that we're going, here's even butterflies, transformation, that things never stay the same in this lifetime. This realm is temporary, right? Nothing ever stays the same for very long at all. But what is true and what is eternal and stable is what we find on the inside. So when you find the stability on the inside, then you can stop and smell the roses. You can look at the stars. You're not in this rush. You're able to enjoy the moments. And I like that for you here. Wow, another one. You have 3 major arcana. This means this is a time of life of significance for you, because the major arcana differ from the 4 suits of the minor arcana. These are significant changes in your life. It's like where the, minor arcana maybe are different pages in the book. These are different chapters or a different book within a series, right? And the strength card is about, the lion here is your human self connecting to your higher self. So as I was talking about that, we realize the stuff in the outside world are unstable. We eventually turn inward and upward. Well, this is where we find it, because the lion is hangry. It's hungry, angry, wanting to find some wholeness and completeness, but it's told to look outside itself like we are for its fulfillment, for that which will fill up its belly. It's told to look to relationships. It's told to look to situations like jobs and education, etc., to things like our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions. But all those things are unstable and temporary, like I talked about. So they don't fill us up for very long, if at all. People change, people walk away, people pass away. Situations never stay the same, and of course things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, and are stolen. So there is this emptiness. That's where the hangriness comes in, because nothing is filling its stomach and it's becoming desperate. But that's the time when we connect. We take this alone time, connect inward and upward to our higher self here. And that being our higher self, the actor behind this character we're playing here, is a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that's made of unconditional love. And that's what this lion is hungering for, is unconditional love. So we're able to get that from the inside. So very much this important time and to pause in our path, realize the outside world is not going to bring you what you need. And as you turn inward and upward, it transforms things. So I like it. Oh my gosh. 4 major arcana. This is like unbelievable. And here's another patience card. Temperance. It takes time for things to unfold and to transform in your life. So as you're looking at everything, it goes back and forth. It starts off in one cup as a base metal, and as it goes to the other, it slightly transforms more and more towards gold, and more towards gold, more and more. The more it goes back and forth, the more it transforms. So very much in line with all of these kind of transformational energies, this pausing, this taking your time. There is no rush, because when it turns to gold, then you have a cup full of gold. Then what? I guess I'll try another one, get a second cup of gold, right? So it's enjoying the process for sure here. I like it. Whoops. And then for your final card is going to be from this I Am Everything deck, and we're just going to get your final message here from Spirit. So what else for those that chose reading number 2? Okay, they do want this one right here. And you got I Am Connected. So let's just see that card, and I'll just kind of zoom in here so you can see. And it says, I have more in common with others than I realize. I seek commonality with people rather than focusing on outward differences. I am connected. I like this too, because it allows you to realize that everyone is on the same soul path. Everyone seeks this unconditional love. Everyone has that dream, right? And so when we look at that, when we look at other people, we are not as different as we think we are, right? Everyone, maybe the plot line is the same, but maybe the characters look different, the location and the setting, but the plot is always the same. Everyone seeking this unconditional love, seeing the difference. And that allows us to not be in competition. It allows us not to rush, and not really to be a lot concerned about everyone else on the outside world, because we realize they too, the benefit for them is to also do this turning inward and having these pauses in their life. So we allow them that space. We take our own space, and then this unfolds for us. So I'm liking this for you, all of you that chose reading number 2. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these, there's a couple of things you can do. The first thing you can do is give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button. That does tell me you're enjoying the content, but it does tell YouTube you're enjoying the content too, and it'll bring more of the same to you. The second thing you can do is to click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go into the settings, if you select the all option, then two things happen. You'll be notified right away when I post new videos. And number two, you'll be notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. Currently, I go Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Also, doing these things helps spread the Zen love, and you're part of the love tsunami, because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so crazy, giddy, happy, excited, it wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I'm very, very grateful for that. And these are general readings. If you want even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. All right, all of you that chose reading number 2, as you're going through this adventure, please know that every day of your soul path that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So have an amazing adventure. I'm sure we'll be talking with you soon. Until then, much love to you. You hang in there, and you take care. If you chose reading number 3, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off pulling from the Power of Surrender deck here, and to see what area of our life we could use a little higher vibration, a higher love vibration. All right, so let's take a look here. Where are we going to start? Okay, right here. And we got Surrender, the Fear of Change. Beautiful card there. Oops, sorry for the shadow there. And it says the universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. Yeah, so definitely this is, you're not alone if you chose this one, I'm sure. Because our little inner child, our inner self, when it feels out of control or unsafe, it goes into, fight or flight mode. And it does not like change. It likes everything staying exactly the same, because that makes it feel safe, and it likes consistency. So when change rears its lovely head, our little inner child starts crying and hits that fire alarm and goes into fight or flight mode. So I definitely, this is common, and, it probably relates to every single one of us, right? So I like this is where this is starting. So it's allowing us to trust that all is well. We're also going to pull here from the Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck. Let's see what change, maybe more specifically, it's zeroing in on here for us. Okay, they do want this one right here. And yeah, we've got Heal. So we'll take a look here. Look at the little voodoo. So it might have to do with our fear of illness, or not recovering from some sort of heartbreak or some sort of pain. Let's take a look here. It says, our two friends share a quiet moment. The larger one has come to ask for a blessing, a healing, and the woman has donned her priestess's robe to meet them at the cliff's edge. Too often we imagine we are alone. Instead of reaching out to ask for what we need, we pull back. Remember that even the tiny mouse helped the lion. And whether you are minuscule or mighty, what's important is the act of asking. That is far more urgent than anything else here. Remember that healing is something best shared. You never know when your pain can help someone else through their own grief. Perhaps it is a loss so great you fear your heart might break. Maybe it is a fear rooted so deeply within your soul that it has become like a second self. You are at your strongest when you can say, "Please, I need your help." Trust that you will find the person who can help you heal, and trust that the one who can help you will. Allow those who can't help their own space to heal. Yeah, so allow those who can't help you help their own space to heal. So let them, if they can't help you, allow them, because they're needing their space to heal themselves. You are at the edge of the cliff, either asking for benediction or giving it. And we all must hold sacred both those roles. Will you be the mouse or the lion today? Don't worry, it will change as necessary. Fear of change, all about pain and fear. So cards definitely relating to one another here. But I love the asking for help, because one of the things about all is well, with this affirmation, is that we resist asking for help from the human world, especially because we might have been taught that it's weak and that you have to do everything yourself. And if you don't, then you're a failure, blah, blah, blah. All those fears of rejection, right? But I just feel this energy around this about asking the spirit world for assistance and help, because they honor our free will. They will not, they respect it so much they won't impose on it. So before we come down here, there are a lot of things that we ask Spirit to do for us when we come down here for our life experience, and they're always working on that. But they also remind us here with these cards that we can, of our own free will, ask for their assistance, ask for signs, ask for help, whatever it may be, of our own free will, and that they can help us here as well. So I love that asking for help. There's an old Christian hymn about, it's something along the lines, his eyes are on the sparrow, and if he watches over them, then he watches over me. So it's about Creator, that they watch over everything else, and that you are known and you are seen. So if you're interested in that, you can even Google it or YouTube it, the song, His Eye is on the Sparrow, and just look at it from a Creator's point of view. Beautiful, beautiful message there. And then we're going to pull from the Into the Lonely Woods deck. And let's see what else they have here for you with this change and this healing. Asking. So what else for those? Okay, they do want this one right here. Okay. Do not hide your light. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I like that in conjunction with these, before I read this too, because some of the things that we can do when we fear change and with, asking for help, it says, what role, sometimes you are this person who helps people with their pain, and you have this light, you have this beauty that helps other people too, whether it's your own pain and sharing what you've gone through and healed through. It allows them, one, hope that they can get through it too, and that they are not alone. Like it said here in one of these that we are not alone, or maybe it was one of the other readings, but it's about we are never alone. We are all going through these experiences of fear or unconditional love, and so everyone is experiencing some sort of thing that we can help each other with, and I love that we are not alone in this for sure. It says, what is the light that we hold within? The love we have, the fullness of our dreams, the urge for joy that we shackle till we give ourselves limits that make us feel blinded to the truth of all that we are. The light within you is longing to be freed. It will not vanish, be stolen, or shrivel if you take it from its hiding place. Bring it forth and let the light within you lead. Know that the sense of being the only person with this strange shining within will be replaced in time with the knowledge that your light helps us all escape our prisons, that your light illuminates the darkness of the lonesome path. The world needs your light. Wow, I love that. Realizing that you are here on purpose for a purpose. And I know sometimes when we get into these spheres of change or these like pain that we never feel will heal, we might get really down and into a lonesome path where we feel worthless and why am I even here anymore? But just know that you have a light within you that helps. And so much of the struggles we go through will end up being pages of someone else's survival manual. So don't underestimate the power of your healing and of the pain that you go through. If the pain you're going through now, you will get through. You've survived 100% of any struggle you've ever been through, any change that's happened in your life. You have survived 100%. So you've got a great track record. I'm sure you're going to get through this too. And everything you've gone through, everything you are going through, everything you will go through will help others too. We need your light. Right. And then we have the Star Tarot here. So let's also pull here and see what additional messages they have for you. What else for... Okay, we want that one first, then that one, and then this one, and then this one here. All right. So we start with this one. You have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, the Ten of Wands is this ending and new beginning. Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your inspiration, your energy, and it's the burden card. And so this is the ending of a burden and the beginning. The Ace of Wands, of course, comes right after it, which means it's a new passion, a new drive. You get this energy. You have this new spark. Change is an important part of our existence here because things need to change. Things need to, in order for us to grow, we do have to change. If we never changed, we would say stagnant and in place, but we came here for the adventure. We came here to move along these things. So I like that this is coming in because it is a change of your energy. You're letting go of the energy where that has felt like a burden and you're using it and transforming it. Like I feel like it's like towards this being a light instead of using so much energy to suppress your light. You're going to allow it to shine instead. Yeah, the Empress. Here's the new birth. So Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, but new birth definitely coming through here, allowing your creativity, allowing this new birth to come forth. So definitely endings and new beginnings. This is change, but it's positive change. It's birth, it's rebirth. And I like that for you. So definitely taking time to nurture yourself and then allow yourself to fill up and like I said, what you overcome, what you work through yourself becomes this beautiful, beautiful assistance to others. But don't be afraid to ask for help, ask for assistance. You don't have to do it all on your own. You do nurture yourself, but it's interesting, right? We're like, well, if I have to nurture myself, then I don't ask anyone for help. No, one of the biggest things is like we sacrifice ourselves sometimes because we feel, well, everyone else is going through their own thing, so I'll just deal with it on my own. But sharing the burden is a burden, halved, right? And then people share their burden with you and you help them with theirs. It's a beautiful, beautiful journey. I like it. And then you have the Hierophant. And the card of change, number 5. So I like this for you too, because it is about an inner journey and really diving deep. It's an invitation to this maze of finding the capital T truth of who you really are. So this invitation to find this light within yourself and to let it flow and to bring it out. How do you uniquely want to share this beautiful, bright, unconditional love energy within you with the world? How do you want to do it? How do you want to share it? And I like this because this is this empowerment that you have something to share with the world, and you're not here by mistake. You're an important piece of the whole story, and if you weren't here, the story would be incomplete. So you do have purpose here. And then you have the Ace of Cups. So another new beginning, a higher love and inner love. You become the chalice, you fill up and you overflow. So I like this message that's embedded in here with all this change, because it is this change from being like a barrel where you feel you have to let everyone plug into you, and then you are drained and exhausted all the time because you're giving, and even before you're full. But what happens is when you become this chalice, you can even see here in this picture here, that you fill up, and then everyone else gets all this overflow that's coming over the sides. So you feel whole and complete and full, and everyone else gets this delicious unconditional love that's overflowing. Instead of bitter, sour waters where you're sacrificing and giving yourself away, and then people are drinking bitter, sour, resentful waters, instead of this, one drop of this love water hands down beats gallons and gallons and gallons of that bitter, resentful water, right? It's sour. This is sweet. So I love this. It's you're stepping into your power. You're taking care of yourself, but then you fill up and it overflows the world, because one of the biggest gifts you can give the world is a healthy, full, overflowing you, right? Right. And then for your final card, we're going to pull here from the I Am Everything deck. So let's take a look here and see what the final message is for you. All right. So for those that chose reading 3, what's your final message here? All right. It's this one right here. And you have I Am Compassionate. Beautiful card there. I'll scooch in here so you can see it a little more, and I will read it. And it says, I understand how important it is to have compassion, and not just for others, but for myself as well. I forgive myself for times I may have let myself down. I forgive others for the same. I realize that, like me, everyone is doing the best they know with the tools they have. I am compassionate. Wow. What a powerful message there. I really love that in, joining together with all of these, showing that you have compassion on yourself. Again, focusing on yourself, giving yourself compassion allows you to give other people compassion too. So if you don't have it for yourself, you can't have it for anyone else either, right? Wow, I love this transformation coming in here for you, all of you that chose reading number 3. If you do want more content like this, there's a couple things that you can do. The first thing is you can give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button. What that does is that tells me you're enjoying the content, but it also tells YouTube that you are, and that'll bring you more of the same. The second thing you can do is click that subscribe button. It gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then two things will happen. One, you'll be notified right away when I post new videos. And the second thing is you'll be notified when I go live on YouTube, providing live readings. Currently, I go every Wednesday through Sunday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Also, doing these things helps spread the Zen love, and you are part of the love tsunami, because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, crazy, happy, excited, wants to automatically share these videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things I mentioned, please know I'm very, very grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information for your specific life, I do offer personal readings. All that information is listed at the bottom of this description of this video. So all of you that chose number 3, as you're going through this amazing journey here, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So have an amazing adventure. I'm sure we'll be talking soon. In the meantime, much love to you. You hang in there and you take care.